Lucky Tackle box came today, and it came kind of early actually, which is really ironic because last month, for whatever reason, my Lucky Tackle box came really late. And I didn't get a chance to show it because this time of year for us teachers is really crazy. So we're going to go ahead and get into the June box, and then I'll give you a really quick peek into last month's box. So let's find out what we get this month. So here is a Bait Mate Fish Attractant, Ultra Concentrated Formula. Oh, this one has a coupon this time. I like getting these little samples. I've been using them and I like them. And last month we got it sort of all wrapped up like this too, which I thought was sort of cool. So getting fancy on this. So here's my sticker. Here's my You Just Got Lucky card, and it says this month is $27.45, the value of the box. And I'm not going to peek at the other side yet, so we're going to set it there. And first thing I have here are some Mustad hooks. Now these say Big Mouth Tube hooks. So they look kind of like some really thick, extra wide gap hooks. They're 4/0. Let's see if I can get this open. Let's look at one of these. They're really sturdy. I mean, they're really thick as far as the hook diameter there. So, like getting Mustad hooks, we get these, and I always appreciate them. Happy about that. Here's some Reaction Strike Fathead Junior 3 inches. Now, I actually have some of these in the 5-inch Fathead Juniors, and I really like them a lot. I've not tried these in the 3-inch. This is a great size. I love this. I'm excited to give this a try. See if I can get one of these out for you. I haven't had a chance to go fishing lately either because of the time of year for me as a teacher. So I'm really excited to get on the water here really soon. Look at that. About that, my camera died, so plugged it in. As far as the color, it's sort of, I almost want to say it's like a peach color, and then on the top, it's sort of gray, but excited about that. Doesn't really, it just says shad. It doesn't really say a color specifically that I can see. So, get it back in here. And let's see what's next on the list. This here is a square bill, 0 to 4 feet. It is by Backstabber Lures. Oh, I don't have a Backstabber. This is my first one. The very first Backstabber here. So on these ones, the hook is actually on the top. What color is this? Root Beer Chartreuse. Let's get this open and I'll show you. I'm kind of trying to go quick for you guys today because I want to show you the other box. So I apologize if it's not as good a video as normal. But see, on these ones, the Backstabber kind, the hook is not on the bottom where it would normally be. It's on the top. So the theory, I think, is that so if you're coming along and you're bumping over, you know, logs and stuff like that, even though a square bill really helps with that, you also aren't going to get anything caught up on the underneath of that. So interesting. Like I said, I have none of these, so that's my first one. And I like that it's a 0 to 4 foot depth because I tend to fish where sometimes they get caught on stuff, so a shallower depth is good for me. And that's an interesting color. I like that. Let's see. Here's another crankbait. This is by Vicious Fishing. And this is a VC 2.2 50. It dives 4 to 6 feet, and it's a 1/4 ounce. Kind of in a similar color, huh? I mean, it's almost like the same. And let's see. What do we see here? VC 2.2 is 2 inches, 3/8 of an ounce. And again, it's 4 to 8 feet. And the color here, oh, it is exactly the same. The color here is Root Beer Chartreuse. Interesting. So, I actually won't open that one up. But, yeah, there we go. So, there's another crankbait. And here's some Z-Man 10 times Tough Elastec Lizards. Now, this is in Green Pumpkin. It's a 6 inch, and it's an 8-pack. Good time of the year for lizards. Gonna get that aggression strike there. Let me get one out. Green Pumpkin is always a good color. want you. There you go, just your standard lizard with a little bit of a curly tail there. And these, of course, are those super stretchy Z-Mans. Again, with the Z-Man, you want to keep it in its original packaging because the Elastec will interfere with other types of plastics. So have like a reaction. So we have lizards. And last but not least, we have the Castaic soft baits. Look at these little fellas. If it looks like a fish and swims like a fish, it's got to be a Castaic. How do we pronounce that? Now these here say that it's the Jerky J 5-inch promo green shad 4-pack. So let's see what we have in here. Oh, these aren't open. Alright, well I'm not going to open them quite yet. But I see that they have a real fascinating tail. Can you see this? So it looks like it's a really fat body. And then the tail is almost like a tadpole tail. So I think that's real interesting. So let's see how these work out. And then we have, as usual, our magazine. But this actually is new. It says Fish Hound instead of the like the Bass magazine, like it usually says. Fish Hound magazine. So this is going to have an article on summer cranks, surface lures, fishing on top, and then there's your guy Mike Pihanek and Mike Iaconelli. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce those. So that's pretty much what you have there. So getting to our card, our backstabber lure is retailing for $8.99. The Vicious Crankbait is retailing for $3.99. The Z-Man Lizards are also $3.99. Reaction Strike Fathead Juniors, $5.49. Really excited about those. And then the Mustad Hooks are $4.99, and I'm pretty happy about those too. And then we get our Bait Mate Fish Attractant. So, good box. I'm quite pleased. And then I'm just going to take you really quickly through last month's box, which we have right here. And obviously I already opened that from last month. Now that month was $33.46. And they gave you this little sample here, this 5-hour energy drink. And I don't use these, but I have a friend that does, and I'll give that away. Again, we got our handy dandy Mustad hooks. These again were a 4-aught. The Megabite Extra Wide Gap. And these of course are pretty thick as well. This right here I thought was really cool. This was the live target. We knew this was coming. It was in a little spoiler alert. This is by Coppers. Pretty good sized bait here. And let's see. This is a surface bait. 4 1/8 inch, 5/8 ounce. This is fluorescent green and yellow. And the model's right there. And let's go ahead and open this up. I actually didn't take anything out of the box. I just looked in the box. So there you go. Feels well made. Good size hooks on there. So yeah, I think that's real good. Good topwater. Happy with that. Of course, everything I've had Coppers or live target's been pretty good. So we have that. We have a Fish Hound crankbait. And this one is the NBS 3.0. Sorry, let me get it where you can see it. Dives 3 to 5 feet. It's 3.5 inches, ½ ounce. And this, believe it or not, is a root beer chartreuse as well from last month. So I got 3 root beer chartreuse crankbaits. And this one's real thin. So this is going to be one of those slim profiles. Not quite a square bill there, but interesting. And then we got these fish hogs, and these are just some little worms smothered in swamp sauce. So it doesn't say much about them here on the packaging. They look like a green pumpkin. Again, good time of year for these too. Standard green pumpkin with the curly tail. So woo, strong scented. So those will be good. Excited about those. And then I got these June Bug Finesse Worms by Z-Man. Really interesting color there. You can kind of see that. This 7-inch 8-pack here. And then here's the magazine, and when it still says the Big Bass Monthly. So we'll see what our cards said on this one. So the live target frog was $13.49. The fish hound crankbait $7.99. The fish hog hogtails $2.99. The Z-Man worms were $4. The Mustad Megabyte hooks were $4.99, and then the 5-hour energy drink was your free bonus item. So, sorry if it was a little quick for you this month, but I did want to get through both boxes. And sorry about that last month, but by the time I got it, it was already the end of the month. And life for teachers gets really crazy, so I just didn't have time at that point to do anything about it. So there you go. There's your May and your June Lucky Tackle box.